In the heavyweight headliner of Triller Fight Club's boxing fiasco, former UFC champ Vitor Belfort dismantled aging legend Evander Holyfield in just 1 minute and 49 seconds of the very first round. 58-year-old Holyfield, who hadn't fought since 2011, took the fight on 8 days' notice after Oscar De La Hoya was hospitalized from COVID. The real deal looked amazing for a heavyweight half his age, and he was as confident as ever.
Just going into this, it's gonna be hard to outbox me. Now, I'm not in MMA. I wouldn't do that because I know you probably hurt me, but not in boxing. So I'm always doing things to my advantage. That's the reason I can do this in this short period of time. I'm 58 years old, but I'm in shape.
Despite the age discrepancy, the former undisputed two-division champ would enjoy advantages in height, weight, and reach. And even with a record that far overshadowed Belfort's, the phenom wasn't intimidated.
Remember, the king of the jungle is the elephant, is the lion, it's not the elephant for a reason. So size for me is speed, power, agility, and I'm not intimidated by the size, and a lot of fighters are, so I kind of enjoy it.
During the pre-fight press conference, former president and longtime fight profiteer Donald Trump, who would be commentating the bout, was quizzed over the phone on who he would like to step into the ring with.
If you said, if I had to box somebody?
Anybody.
I think probably my easiest fight would be Joe Biden, because I think he'd go down very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. You know, he once said, I'd like to take him behind the bar. He'd be in big trouble if he ever did. Now, I think Biden would go down within the first few seconds.
The first few seconds?
It was no surprise that the defeated Orange Man, who was about the right age for a Triller fight, talked a big talk, but he'll have to work on his clinch game. The real deal, on the other hand, really needed to work on his footwork. He even fell through the ropes after swinging and missing. A vicious uppercut sent the legend to the canvas. Another flurry of punches sealed the deal, and Belfort wasted no time in calling out current boxing circus ringmaster Jake Paul.
Jake Paul, because he deserves it. He's choosing his opponent. He's working with a guy he used to work with, Lorenzo, or ex-owner. He's picking his fight. Now he cannot say no to me. He gotta say yes. We gotta teach him a lesson.
In the co-main cruiserweight clash, Anderson Silva continued his winning ways by knocking out fellow UFC Hall of Famer Tito Ortiz at the 1 minute and 21 second mark of the very first round. The 46-year-old Silva was coming off a win over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., while the 46-year-old Ortiz was supposedly making his pro debut, a fact later debunked after it was revealed the contest was an exhibition, despite being promoted as a professional bout by Triller. The Huntington Beach bad boy came out aggressive and trapped Silva into the corner of the ring, but the Spider had just lured him into his web, ducked a left hand, and landed a huge right hook. 2 follow-up shots on a falling Ortiz signaled the end in violent style. The next war for Silva is unknown, but it's likely he will stick with the wild and lucrative fights Triller can provide.
Wow, I think the fight interesting is Vitor, because Vitor is in the front of me, and I think De La Hoya needs to fight with Vitor, and Jake Paul and your brother have a chance for fight with me and Vitor. It's a good fight.
Also on the card, former two-weight world champ David Haye, who returned to the ring for the first time since 2018, won an easy 8-round decision over close friend Joe Fournier. The 40-year-old Haymaker, who entered the contest in incredible shape, played with Fournier for the majority of the fight and seemed reluctant to knock out his opponent. In fairness, it was supposed to be an exhibition of boxing, not a massacre.
No, I felt really good. I felt sharp. My timing felt good. I could see the shots coming. I got caught with a few shots here and there. I felt sharp. I felt fresh. I've hurt my body over the years in training, really pushing myself. I needed this rest. I needed my body to just rejuvenate, and I feel I'm ready to do some big things.
Haye, who pulled out of 2 2013 fights with WBC heavyweight champ Tyson Fury due to a shoulder injury, hinted he would come back professionally for a shot at the Gypsy King.
I've always wanted that fight, and I've seen him go from strength to strength. He's got better and better, and his reputation's got up there. He's the lineal heavyweight champion of the world. So many people believe he's number one. And if I'm going to come back into the sport of boxing in a real fight against, you know, someone special, that is the guy I know I can beat. I know his style. I know what he does well. And my attributes don't work for his style. And I think him and his team know that. I think maybe they think I'm a little old, so they probably will take the fight. But I'm looking for the biggest fight out there, and you don't get any bigger than the 6'9" undefeated Tyson Fury.
In real boxing, WBC super featherweight champ Oscar Valdez overcame a sluggish start to earn a unanimous decision over Robson Canseco, despite testing positive for a banned substance leading into the contest. Immediately after the defeat, Canseco filed a complaint with the WBC, and amongst his grievances were the officiating, the judging, and the fact Valdez was allowed to retain his title despite failing the drug test twice. That's some peak boxing.
Thanks for watching. And remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.